welcome to another episode of Cooking Healthy with Coastline. My name is Katlynn Ferreira, registered dietitian, and today I will be taking you through a couple really simple spring recipes. The first are mini crustless quiche. I really like this recipe for a number of reasons. For starters, it's portion controlled, so you can enjoy them on the side with something else, maybe like a yogurt or a salad, which we will be also going through today. You can get really creative with the ingredients for your flavor preferences, or maybe for some of the ingredients you have still at home, just to use up whatever's left over and reduce that waste, food waste. And if you're planning to attend a holiday or Mother's Day brunch, maybe the spring is a big time for baby showers, bridal showers, so you could bring these, and they're adorable, and you can get, like I said, really creative. And what's also really great about these, you can freeze them, so you can maybe prepare a bunch and then store whatever you're not going to be having right away, and they freeze perfectly fine, wrapped in a little baggie. And when you reheat them, just add 5 minutes to the cooking time. So for a dozen mini crustless quiche, I have 6 eggs here, and I'm adding a cup of half and half. I like to use the half and half instead of heavy whipping cream because it really cuts the fat and the calories. You could also use a lower fat milk if you prefer. I just like it for the texture. So you want to mix this until the eggs are nicely beaten, but you don't want to overmix. If you mix too much, you can break down those proteins in the egg that give the quiche its nice texture. Mixing too much, you might notice that it raises really high in the oven, and then when you take it out, they get really flat. So just enough so that you can see everything's well mixed. All right. That looks good there. For the vegetables I'm incorporating today, we have some green onion, fresh parsley, chopped spinach, and a little red bell pepper. I'm going to spoon out these mixtures into the base of these mini little quiches. And you do want to grease the pan first. I already did that just to save us a step here. Like there was just not enough, so I'm going to grab a little from here. And you don't have to make them all the same flavor in one pan. You can do different flavors depending on how much you have left for veggies or whatever you're using, whatever you've chopped up. So I'm now using this, the parsley and add it to the base here. This can be really fun if maybe you have some guests that are a little bit younger. Maybe you're babysitting and they're up early in the morning, they want to help out with breakfast. There's a lot for them to do with the cutting and the stirring and scooping. There. All right, and now the spinach. You could use also frozen chopped spinach as well. You just have to make sure that you really squeeze out the extra water after it's defrosted. Today I'm using fresh spinach. You can use any kind of green lettuce you like. You could use kale, you could use Swiss chard, maybe what's available to you, what's in season. Maybe you grow some on your own, right? And I like to really get as much spinach in these individual quiches here. Great sources of some fiber and iron, vitamin C. There we go. Okay. And I'm just going to sprinkle some of the red bell pepper into a few of them just to add a little bit of flavor. Maybe somebody in your party or at home doesn't really like peppers or any other ingredient. You can really tailor these to your guest, or maybe whatever you're feeling that week. So now we're ready to spoon out the egg mixture. I'm using a 1/4 cup measuring spoon just to make sure that they're all evenly filled. Get rid of this guy. right. So the oven has to be preheated to 375. And once they're ready to go, they bake for 25 to 30 minutes. After these are finished, you could top them off with some fresh herbs or maybe half of a tomato, maybe a cherry tomato or a slice of fresh tomato. Put that right on top there. Looks good, tastes good. If you're looking to get really exciting with really excite your individual mini quiches, you could get the small pie crusts. You could find them in really small sizes that they fit in these muffin tins. Or you could cut out small circles to fit the bottom of a normal size pie dish, and then you'll have a nice base. I didn't incorporate some crust today just because I think it cuts down in the steps, and easier is always my go-to. If you can cut out a few steps, it's well worth it. And I am going to sprinkle just a little bit of black pepper on top. And then I'll sprinkle cheese. There we go. And last, the cheese. So I have shredded Parm. Again, you can use any kind of cheese that you have available or any kind of cheese that you like. Sprinkle that on the top there. Here we go. All right. Then you just throw this into the oven for, like I said, 25 to 30 minutes. All right, moving on to our second recipe while those mini quiches cook is a spinach and shaved Brussels sprout salad. Okay, so I've already chopped up the Brussels sprouts. I'm just going to portion out as much as I think would be a good mix for here. There's already a bed of spinach. Right. Some sliced apples here. Just sprinkle them into the mix. I really like this recipe because it's light and it's crisp, and there's some sweetness that you get from apples and celery here. And the dressing is my favorite part, and we'll get to in just a second. All right, and the celery, sprinkle it in there. Lots of green, but they all have different shapes and textures, so it's still really exciting to look at. Our food should be appealing and satisfying. Okay. And then I have some raw walnuts. Maybe you prefer a different nut, or if you have a nut allergy, you can completely omit this. You could maybe throw in something else that you prefer for a protein. Okay. And the dressing here is a lemon and olive oil dressing. I have squeezed out a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. You just want to mix that with about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Okay. And I'll need a whisk. I need a whisk. All right. You just whisk these together until it's well mixed. There's your dressing. So easy. And what I really love about this dressing is it incorporates only 2 ingredients, 2 things that are readily available, and you really know what you're getting from your dressing. Some of those store-bought dressings are really high in calories and can be some sugar as well. This here, if you want to add a little bit of salt or pepper just to flavor, you know that you're getting a lot less than compared to some of those store-bought dressings. All right, and there you are. You have your very appealing, healthy, light, crisp spring Brussels sprout and spinach salad. Okay, and if you wanted, you could also puree maybe some blueberries or raspberries and mix that into your lemon and olive oil dressing to give it a little bit more fruit and a boost of antioxidants and some extra flavor. You're ready to go. It really adds some color too. Right, let's just check on those quiche. It looks like they're ready. Look at that. So as you can see, some of them were filled a little bit more than others, so they're raising a bit more. But there you are. You have your mini crustless quiche that you can serve on the side with your salad for a nice complete meal with some protein, a handful of veggies, and lots of antioxidants with these walnuts and the greens. Very, very healthy. So I hope you find these recipes helpful, and thank you. And if you're looking for more information, you can visit coastlinenb.org.